Venom loves Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock loves Venom. And the spectrum between these two extremes makes for a compelling comic book arc. The Venom story is the quintessential romance, proclaiming the positives while pondering the negatives of two partners and their lives together. To speak of odd couples is to certainly have this story in mind. One is a burly, humiliated journalist, and the other an alien parasite.
Parasite?
Who's an exile from his own kind. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, the character struck a chord with readers, resulting in his very own solo series, Lethal Protector. The comic thoughtfully examined the relationship between Eddie and Venom, presenting the strength they derive from each other as a conduit through which they find belonging. It's emotional, it's arresting, and above all, symbiotic. Is it so hard to believe? They belong together. Lethal Protector begins with Venom in San Francisco, having escaped from the oversight of Spider-Man and the shame of his failed reporter gig, both in New York. He's pledged to protect the innocent, albeit with methods that immediately put him at odds with benevolent and malevolent forces. Seeking acceptance with the underground city, Venom gains numerous subsequent nemeses due to his efforts. These include greedy corporate executives, giant metal-suited goons, other symbiotes, and briefly, the web-slinger himself. Eddie is most commonly described as a loser. However, Lethal Protector presents him as far more three-dimensional. We learn that his mother died bringing him into this world, which led to a frosty relationship with his father. Undoubtedly, Eddie's father somewhat blamed him for their matron's death, and no matter how far Eddie went, it never seemed to change his father's feelings, or even pique his interest. This probably led to Eddie feeling like his very life was a mistake, as he unknowingly brought death along with him. Writer David Michelinie's empathy for the character is infectious, as he explores a man's quest for the affirmation that he never received. Belonging to this group of literal outcasts would provide him with said validation, he decides. After all, being validated is to know that your efforts, existence, or place in what you perceive as valuable is confirmed. Further, when his ex-wife Anne was in danger, Eddie's strength alone was not enough to save her, requiring the aid of Spider-Man. While this ushered in an era of peace with the hero, it undoubtedly reaffirmed Eddie's belief about himself. He wasn't enough. Venom, like Eddie, suffered invalidation from his inception. After all, the symbiote began with Spider-Man, but the hero denied Venom their bonding and attempted to destroy him. Despite his exotic nature, Venom internalized that repudiation, fueling a hatred for Peter Parker that was only matched by one other person's, Eddie Brock's, due to Spider-Man's role in the collapse of Eddie's career. By the events of Lethal Protector, however, they are honoring a deal with Spidey to leave each other be, given the hero's aforementioned role in saving Brock's ex-wife. Not only that, but Venom is an exile from his own kind, being viewed as one of the weaker symbiotes due to his relative morality and limited abilities. Again, this serves as a rejection of Venom. He is not strong enough to be the symbiote he should be. Lethal Protector also sees the return of Venom's progeny. Just as depicted in the 2018 film, the Life Foundation retains an interest in the symbiotes and aims to bond these progeny with security personnel. Scream, Riot, Phage, Lasher, and Agony prove a unique threat, but the Life Foundation's villains only serve to highlight how close Eddie and Venom have grown over their time together. A particularly touching moment sees the pair captured by the Foundation, rendered harmless by a containment sphere. The technology being used impairs Venom, but the symbiote encourages Eddie to use his own human strength to get out of the trap. Now, with Eddie's baggage in mind, this moment serves as a pivotal crossroads in his relationship with Venom. In need of validation, Eddie sought to secure his father's attention and love by working hard enough, by being strong enough. Yet his father could never give that to him, his efforts only evoking more silence. And Eddie finds himself in a similar moment here. He's trapped, his symbiotic defender unable to spring him. In the quiet of doubt, though, Eddie hears Venom's voice. Huh? What's that? You say I should try my own strength, alone. Your human strength is enough. And he's right. Eddie exerts himself enough to snag one of the nearby guards, nearly escaping his entire exigency altogether. Though his liberation is foiled, it proves to be a precursor to another powerful moment later on. His first escape a bust, Eddie and Venom find themselves at the mercy of Drake, who forcefully separates the two. This dissolution results in Eddie's apparent death. However, upon removing him from the scene, Eddie reawakens, citing the lessons he's discerned from the time he's been with Venom. My other taught me to endure pain, to throw it off and recover quickly. Throughout Lethal Protector, a comedic motif presents itself whenever the threat of Venom is neutralized. The symbiote takes time to recover, withstanding that pain by allowing his foe to monologue or get one last thing off their chest. While effective as a recurring gag, it foreshadows Eddie's reawakening later on. A final act is necessary, though. With Roland Treese, the main antagonist, aiming to detonate the underground city, Venom must overcome one of his greatest weaknesses to stop him: fire. Mirroring Eddie's escape from containment, Venom sends his tendrils through a towering inferno to separate Treese from the detonator. All the while, Eddie communicates his confidence in his other, strengthening the latter's resolve amidst the intense suffering being lavished upon them. Don't! Let go! Ignore the burning! We can't give up! Can't! And won't! Spider-Man even recognized the enormity of Venom's actions. He had finally proven the web-slinger wrong, refusing to go back to his old ways, instead forging a new path forward. Eddie is strong enough to cause an impact if only he should believe so himself. Venom is extraordinary, yet can't seem to find a host that won't exploit him or reject him outright. In each other, the two see their needs personified. Eddie gets the affirmation he always needed from his father, and Venom gets a stable, reliable host. Parallel to their needs being met, the two develop rapport and genuine affection for each other. Unified in body, but also now in purpose, Venom the anti-hero is finally, truly born. The two make each other better, stronger, more fully who they are, which is oftentimes how a partner would describe the one they love. Between two hearts that genuinely want better for the other, Lethal Protector offers a tantalizing prospect. Belonging is born of affirmation, desire, and mutual experience. Venom loves Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock loves Venom. Is there any doubt that they belong together?